Hey everyone, and thanks for joining today's webinar, How to Send an Email Campaign with Mailchimp. My name is Kayla, and along with my teammate Nicole, we'll be your hosts for today.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us. Like Kayla said, my name's Nicole, really happy you're here. And just a quick reminder, we are working from home, so you might hear some background noise or experience brief delays due to internet connections. So with all of that, let's go ahead and take a look at our agenda of topics. First today, we'll provide a quick overview of what campaigns are and a few things you need to set them up in your Mailchimp account before you can start sending them, such as domain verification. Then we'll show you options that you have for templates, which are great building blocks for the basics of setting up campaigns. Then we'll dive into Mailchimp's drag and drop editor, showing you how to add content, preview, test, and send your campaign. And we'll wrap up with next steps to get you going on the road to success, including tips on analyzing and optimizing your campaign performance. By the end of today's webinar, you'll have learned how to set up and send an email campaign in Mailchimp.
Now, if you have any questions during today's training, you can always navigate to mailchimp.com/help. And there you can access all of our free guides, tutorials, and resources. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started at today's training with a few foundational concepts, and then we'll move on to setting up campaigns within our Mailchimp account. But first, what exactly is a campaign? A campaign is any content that's created, distributed, and measured through Mailchimp. So you can think of them as any ways that you share marketing content with your audience, whether it's a monthly newsletter or an upcoming sale. Most people think of campaigns and think of email, which will be the focus of today's webinar. But campaigns also include landing pages, ads, and recurring email series, which are called customer journeys in Mailchimp, as well as so much more.
Before you start sending campaigns, the main thing to remember is that you need to have subscribers in your Mailchimp audience to send this content to. If you need help with importing contacts, we have a webinar all about this process you can find at mailchimp.com/workshops. Keep in mind that you're only able to send email campaigns to subscribers who have given you permission to market to them. If someone has unsubscribed, you're not able to send them emails, and Mailchimp will handle that for you automatically to make sure you don't. One more thing to keep in mind before you can send an email campaign: you'll need to verify your domain in Mailchimp. When we say verify your domain, we essentially mean that you confirm the email address that you're sending from in Mailchimp. So for example, we use a fictional plant business in our webinars called the Potted Planter. That business sends email from an address, amelia@thepottedplanter.com. This verification process just ensures that we own that email address to prevent anyone else from trying to use it. We're going to head into our account now to show you where and how to verify your email domain.
All right, everyone, so here we are on our homepage. Now, we'll just go ahead and click on the website option over here in our left navigation menu. Once we select that, from the secondary menu, we'll go ahead and scroll down and click on Domains. And here's the section for email domains. Here, you'll be able to click Add and Verify a Domain right here, and then you can enter the email address that you'd like to send your emails from. So for example, we could type in amelia@thepottedplanter.com. Then we would just want to send the verification email like that. So you'll then receive a verification email to that address, and all you'll need to do is click into it and verify and enter the verification code here. So you'll just come back to this page right here to confirm. Now, notice on the same page, there's an option to authenticate your domain once it's verified. So you can see that right here. Now, this is an optional but recommended step to provide an added layer of security to sending out campaigns through Mailchimp.
Moving on from here, let's dive into templates and how they relate to email campaigns. We're going to start with a brief overview of templates. We'll click on campaigns in our left navigation menu and then choose email templates from the drop. On this page, that's going to load momentarily, you'll find any templates you've previously created in Mailchimp. Now, keep in mind, templates are reusable designs for email campaigns. They typically contain basic brand elements like your logos, colors, and fonts. When you're ready to send an email, you'll choose a template and then fill it in with the content you'd like to share with your audience. Notice that there's also a tab here for purchased. Mailchimp offers a template marketplace where you can purchase professional templates. Once you purchase a template, it'll live in your account and you can use it as much as you'd like as a foundation for your email campaign.
So let's go ahead from here and click on Create Template right here at the top right of this page. Once we click on that, we'll give it a second to load. And now here, you're going to see a variety of basic templates to choose from, as well as, if we scroll down, some options to code your own template or import one from an external source if that's your preferred method. So scrolling back up, let's go ahead and hover over one of these. In our case, let's go ahead and maybe choose select on this minimal theme right here. So once we select it, you can start creating one of your own. So let's go ahead and name this one just something simple like test template, since we're just using it as a quick test right now. And then we'll hit save to get started. And so this is our editor. It will look the same when you're creating both templates and email campaigns. And as you can see, this template includes placeholders for basic elements like adding a logo, as well as social icons right down here at the bottom for your business.
To edit any of these elements, you'll hover over and click in, just like we're doing here. A menu will pop up on the left-hand side, and then you can upload a logo, link it to a website, set a background color, and much more. We'd encourage you to create a test template. Click around on the different elements and practice adding in your own content to get more familiar. Note that at the top right of this page, you can preview the template on both mobile and desktop. Let's click Save Template and exit. And now we can see this template in our saved section. So next up, we're going to get into creating a campaign from scratch. From here, let's select our campaigns option in the left navigation menu. And this is going to bring up our All Campaigns page.
Now, to get going from here, we can either select the Create Pencil icon over here in this left navigation menu, or this Create Campaign button right here in the right corner. So let's go ahead and click right there because we're going to get started on creating an email. So clicking in will bring us to our campaign creation menu. As we mentioned, there are many types of campaigns, but our focus today will be on sending a regular email campaign, which again is a bulk email sent to many contacts at once. So from right here, let's go ahead and select the Design Email button right below this option right here. Now, when you create a regular email campaign in Mailchimp, you'll use this checklist style campaign builder to add recipients, choose your settings, and design your content all from here. Now, we will be coming back to add in this information, but to begin right now, let's go ahead and select this Design Email button right here in the content section, because we're going to jump right into designing. Now, Mailchimp's new email builder gives you the tools to quickly design beautiful campaigns. And you can start with one of our stylish templates and then customize it with your own images, text, and branding. You can also mix and match different content blocks and make changes directly within this template. Now, to help you get started, we will provide you with a basic template right here in the pre-built tab, as you can see, and you can just begin to add content right away. Or you can switch to a different template, like the ones we just saw, if you prefer. So to preview and switch templates right from the campaign builder, you would just choose templates right here on the left-hand side. And then from here, you can select the pre-built tab right here, or the save tab right here. So those would be the save templates we created, as well as pre-built options seen right here. You'll even see that this custom recommended email designs are offered right here, and these are built by our Creative Assistant feature. The Creative Assistant collects colors, fonts, and logos from your website and landing pages, and it uses those elements to fill in your brand kit, and then creates multi-channels designs that match it.
Whenever you're ready, just hover over the template you want to work with and click Preview in order to see the layout. And if the template's looking good, just click Apply to select it and continue on. Since we want to show you the process of creating a campaign from scratch, we're going to click the back arrow to get started. So in our case, we're going to begin by selecting a background color for the entire email. To do this, we'll select the background area next to any content block. We'll then click the canvas to choose to add a color for the area behind the content. Now, since we're creating a campaign for our fictional brand we use for educational purposes, the Potted Planner, we want to select a background color that aligns with our brand colors. And in our case, we're taking a look and choosing this green right here. We'll select Backdrop to choose or add a second background color to the margins of the email. And we like the green we selected. So in our case, we're going to choose to make that color take up the entire space back here. All right, so it's looking really good. Next, to add content. To add a new content block, hover over your email and click the plus icon where you'd like to place the block. You'll use content blocks to add different types of content to your email. The available blocks are seen here and include heading, paragraph, image, logo, button, divider, among others.
So let's go ahead and take some time to start adding in our content. Now, as you can see, there's already our default logo right here, which was set in the Content Studio. So if you set a default logo within your own Content Studio, as we have, the logo block automatically pulls that into your layout. Now you can also add or replace your logo right from this block if you wanted to.
Awesome, so next up, you can use a heading content block to add header text to your email. After you add or click a heading block, you can enter your text directly into the email. Since we're sending out an email with an update in our inventory and a sales announcement, we're going to type in something to let our audience know what the email is about. So we're just going to take a moment to do that. All right, so new plants are on the horizon. Once you add the text, you can use the editing toolbar to format it just the way you need. You can select the heading size, font attributes, and alignment. You can also choose to create a bulleted or numbered list, insert a link, or add merge tags. So in our case, in the heading menu, we can use the font dropdown to change the font type. And once you change the font type, you can choose type size and colors for all of the block text, links, and backgrounds. So we're going to just take a few moments to customize this email the way that we like it.
All right, so this is working for us. So now let's add some more text about our new plants and surprise sale right here in this block below it, the paragraph block right here.
Awesome. So if this is going to work for us, once we finish adding in our text, we'll be able to move on and continue to customize the rest of this email. And as you can see here, there's an opportunity to add a photo. And adding an image to an email is a really great way to say more than just words and really grab people's attention with some beautiful branded imagery. So we're just gonna finish up and then move on to adding this image. You can click the image content block, or of course add another one to your layout. And you can then use this drop down in the left menu. So you can add a brand new image to your account by selecting upload right here, or you can choose an image that you already have in your Mailchimp Content Studio. And so that's what we're gonna do.
All right, so let's go ahead, and since we're not uploading a brand new one, and since we've already uploaded one before, like Nicole said, we select image, which launches the Content Studio. Now again, we talked about this briefly when we talked about the logo design, but the Content Studio does organize your images, your documents, and your other files within Mailchimp. And you can use it to either store and manage the content that you'll want to share with your audience. So you can do both those things, all from right here. So as you can see, we do already have some images uploaded right here. And so we'll go ahead and select one now, like this one. This one we think will work perfect. And so once we select it, we'll just click insert up at the top right.
Awesome. So we can click and drag the borders or corners of this image in order to crop it or resize it in any way we need. And in the image menu, we can set the alignment as left, center, or right. Keep in mind, if you want the image to link to a page or profile on the web, be sure to add a URL to the link in this field right here. And so in our case, we're going to put in our own domain, thepottedplanter.com. And finally, in the alt text field, you can add descriptive text to make your email more accessible. Let's also talk next about this button block down here. Now, buttons are a great way to include a prominent call to action, like a buy now or link to a product in your store. We're going to make some edits to it and just make sure to link it out to our website. So here, we're going to put in our website. Awesome. And we might want to make a change in our case and get that button in one of our brand colors. So picking another green from the options. Last but not least, making sure we're using font type or a size that we prefer, and adding in that button text. So in our case, shop our sale now. All right, so if everything is looking good, time to move on. And if you want to break up the email a bit more distinctly, you can use a divider block to add a dividing line into your email. So to add in a content block, you just select the plus icon, select the option you want, and we're adding in the divider right here. Now, perhaps you don't like the way this divider looks. You could also use a spacing block, and we're going to pull that up. And that would allow you to add padding in between other content blocks in your layout, just so visually there's a little space for all of these elements. Neither is right or wrong. It's really just a matter of preference and the way you'd like your email to look. So moving on, you can use a social content block to add social icons. You can link out to your social media accounts. And this way, recipients can quickly find and follow you on all the different platforms. So to use this, just click on the social content block that you see right here. And additionally, you can add one to your email if your template doesn't already have one. And in this social sidebar, just toggle on the slider for each social network you want to include. Be sure to edit those URLs to make sure each icon links out to your specific profile. And then, of course, feel free to make any adjustments you'd like to alignment or color.
All right, awesome. So we are making those edits and getting along here, which is great. So now let's just take a look at some of our other content block options. So there, as we've pointed out, so many different types. And again, if you just click on that plus icon, you can see all of the different types of options available. Now, you could use the layout content block right here to add a section that includes multiple texts or image blocks. So you could have it kind of side by side. Or for example, you can add an image with a caption block. So you have your image and you could always add the paragraph. So you have a lot of different options here. You can also add product content blocks, which are amazing. And you can use these to add items from your connected online store. So each block is designed to contain a product name, custom description, price, and call to action button. So somebody can see that item, click on it, and go purchase it right from your store. So if you turn on e-commerce tracking in your email settings, your report will always show you your purchase revenue as well. So the purchase revenue directed right from your email campaigns. Additionally, you could always use an app content block like the one right here to add information from connected accounts outside of your Mailchimp account.
Every Mailchimp template comes with footer content blocks at the bottom of the email. The footer block uses merge tags to pull in the required address and unsubscribe link, along with other content your recipients might find useful. The footer cannot be moved or removed, but you can make some changes to its content and appearance, as you see here in this left menu. As you add content to your email, we'll suggest ways to help you improve your message. If we find any issues like a broken link or merge tag, we're going to mark them with an exclamation point icon. Click the suggestions panel to see the types of issues, as well as the total number of issues of each type. Now remember, you can move content blocks anywhere in your template or remove them as needed. You can also duplicate a block to create an exact copy. To move content, just click on the block you want to move, click and hold the drag icon, the icon with the dot seen here, and move the content to a new location just like so. So this icon and box here will duplicate your content block. And finally, to delete something, just click it and then select the trash can icon. Remember, if you change your mind, you can always undo the action to recover deleted content. To undo a change, click the undo arrow icon at the top of the page right up here. And to redo a change that you've undone, just click the redo arrow.
All right, so things are looking pretty good. Let's just spruce a little couple of small things up. Maybe we want to remove that spacer, but otherwise, I like our email. It gets the message directly across and it has our branding and it just looks like the rest of our campaign material. So when you feel good and you're finishing up designing your email, you're now ready to preview and test it and make sure everything looks like you expect it to. So to do this, we'll go ahead and click on the preview button right up here in the top right corner. And once we do that, that brings us to the preview page of the campaign. So as you can see right here, here's the desktop preview of the campaign. And then you can also access the mobile preview by checking that little icon right here. So let's do that now. Now, here you can see that as well. So you can just see how it looks across devices. Now, you can also enable live merge tag info if you've already selected an audience for your campaign. And this will allow you to see what an email will look like for each member of your audience. So for example, if you've included any merge tags, such as the popular F-name merge tag, which will pull in first name information from your audience to your email, you can see how that would appear here by toggling this on. Now, make sure to send yourself as well and your colleagues a test email, always just to see how it looks in your own inbox and just to kind of get that real-time feedback. So you can go ahead and enter that test email right here. So for our case, let's just put in our webinar's email address and we'll send a test. All right, so we'll just find that in our inbox and we'll be able to get feedback and make changes as we go. Once you're all set, you'll just want to click exit preview mode from here.
When you're finished designing your email, just click continue in the top right corner. And just like that, you're going to be taken back to the campaign checklist where you can continue to set up your email just like you need. Up at the top, you will see a title for your email. You can edit this name here, just like so. And keep in mind that this title is internal, so it won't be seen by your customers. It's going to help you remember what this email is about when you view it on the campaigns page later. If you move down to the To field, this is the area where you'll determine who will be sent this email. So click Add Recipients, and now you're able to choose which audience you'd like to send to. You can also select a specific segment or tag within that audience, as seen right here. You can personalize the To field, and if you choose to do that, the recipient's name is going to show up in the email. So that's right down here. And for example, the recipient's inbox would display to Freddie instead of to Freddie@Mailchimp.com. Moving along, below this, there's the From field, and this will automatically populate with the information you set up in your audience defaults. Our default is sending from our webinars email, but we can update the From name or email here. So let's take a moment to do that. We'll move on and add a subject line and some optional preview text. We'll just click Edit Subject here and enter in a subject line for the email. So in our case, we're going to say we're having a monstera of a sale. A monstera is a specific type of plant, and since our business is a plant store, we thought this subject line would just be a fun way to grab our audience's attention. And we're going to add a little plant emoji here as well. The emoji picker is a great and easy way to add some visual pizzazz to your subject lines, especially for mobile. Keep in mind that different operating systems render different versions of emojis, so be sure to always test to make sure everything looks good to go before you send.
All right, everything is looking pretty good and we've got this all set up. So let's go ahead and save this section as well. As you go, always just be sure to save, just a good tip. And let's go ahead and scroll down from here and move on to add a social post to your campaign, which you'll see right here below the campaign. Now, here you can easily connect your social media platforms and then share out this campaign content with your followers on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you would just toggle these on after you've connected them just to get a post directly set up. And finally, let's review the settings and tracking section down here at the very bottom. It's this gray box that you'll see right here. And here, when you create a regular email campaign, you can enable certain tracking options by default. So if you click edit, you can see all of those options. And this includes open and click tracking, as well as e-commerce tracking if you have a connected online store. So to edit the tracking options for your campaign, like I did, just click edit and then check the boxes next to the tracking options that you either want to enable or disable.
Now that you've designed your email, previewed it, sent a test, and reviewed all of your settings, the email is ready to go out and into the world. You can send it out right away or schedule the email to send later. Select schedule to find a day and time in the future to send it out. And here's what that menu looks like. There are some other options in this window for scheduling and sending campaigns. And just a note, these are usually recommended for more international or high volume senders. So we're ready to send now. So we're going to click send. And then in the prepare for launch module, we'll click send now to confirm. Once you see this high five after confirming, you'll know your campaign has been sent out into the world. So we'll just give it a second. Awesome. All right, so today we've sent out an email campaign with Mailchimp. Nice job. You might be wondering what to do now. You're going to want to be sure to define your audience to most effectively market emails to them. In order to send an audience personalized, relevant content, you need to know who you're speaking to. Be sure you're taking advantage of opportunities to find out more about who your target audience is. Consider auditing your sign-up forms to see if the information you're gathering is helping you understand your audience. And if it's not, consider adding some fields in order to have information that's going to help you send segmented emails.
If you're still feeling unsure about who your audience is, consider surveys in Mailchimp, which can help you understand more about your audience, their needs, and perceptions. From there, focus on your message and keep things straightforward. The most effective emails are clear, easy to understand, and have a focused call to action. Now, it can be tempting to add lots of information to your communication, but too much clutter can overwhelm customers and drive them away potentially.
Seek inspiration from other brands and companies you follow. So if there are businesses you admire out in the world that are doing things well, take note. Sign up for their emails and pay attention to their subject lines, email layouts, and stylistic choices. There may be some takeaways that you can apply to your own marketing.
And you'll always want to be sure to analyze your data to see what's working. Be sure to look at your reports periodically to examine that data. And after sending a campaign, your reports can help you understand the best times to send, as well as what subject lines and content your audience is responding best to.
Always test and make changes as you go. We say it a lot because it's so important. Be sure to test, test, test. Before you send, test with proofing your content and sending your campaign. Be sure to test with volunteers like other members of your team. And the more you test, the more you'll get to know your audience and what they respond the best to. And with all of these tips and best practices, we've wrapped up today's webinar. So just a quick reminder to stay tuned because you will be receiving a recording of this tutorial in case you missed anything or want to go back, as well as some follow-up resources.
And if you've enjoyed this tutorial, we do also have a variety of other webinars available to you to use with Mailchimp. And there's a link in our follow-up email to our schedule of upcoming topics and dates that you can sign up for. And as always, thank you so much for joining us, for staying with us. Nicole and I really appreciate it. And we all hope that you will join us at another webinar soon. And also just have the best rest of your day. All right, thanks so much, everyone.